All right, so this is really the takeaways from the last couple days for me. So I think the biggest thing is embracing the reset versus restarting. Um, so the other day when I was jogging, like I had in my mind, you know, even if I started over, I'm starting over from uh, better starting point. So at the beginning of the year, when I started jogging, I was 239, and I was just setting my goals very easy just to get started. So I basically had to jog maybe a quarter mile. So if I restarted, then logically, then I can make the same progress. So in January, I actually lost 7.5 pounds doing the easiest routine, the least amount of effort, but I was consistent. So every day I was only doing a 12-hour fast, but I did it every day. I was only jogging at least a quarter mile, but I did it every day. I was only doing 40 push-ups, but I did it every day with the exception of one. So even doing the easiest thing still would generate results. So I could duplicate that. And then I thought about, okay, so that's restarting. I could go back down to 40 push-ups. I could go back down to a quarter mile. I could go back down to a 12-hour fast, and I could start over, but I already did that. So instead of starting all the way over, I could reset, meaning instead of starting back where I started, really assess where I'm at. And then instead of trying to go back to what the standard should be, because if I try to jump back into the routine, then I need to jog a mile. I think at this point, so if I started with 40, the push-ups supposed to go up 5 every month. So February would have been 45, March would have been 50, and now it's April, so I should be doing 55, and I should be fasting. So I started January 12 hours, February 13, March 14, April, so I should be 15 hours. But because I've had so many breaks and I took so much time off, I'm not quite there. So instead of basically putting myself in a position where I'm going to struggle every day, potentially get discouraged, and even potentially fail more often than not, or the flip side of that coin is really push myself and make more progress, I decided that a reset made more sense. So I'm not going down to a quarter mile. I've done the lap 3 times now. So it is very doable for me to still do the mile, or almost a mile, whatever it is, because I walk maybe the first, I don't know if it's a tenth of the mile, but from my apartment door to the gate, because I don't really start jogging until I hit the street. So anyway, so I didn't go back down to a quarter. I pretty much stay where I was at. Now my pace may not be as fast, but I can do the jog pretty much without considering stopping, whether I feel good or whether I feel bad. Today I felt like I kind of found a pace that was real good for me that I could run long distance at. So I've been trying to find that. Tomorrow I'll see if I can duplicate it. But also I was more hydrated because that's been a priority the last couple of days. So anyway, jog the mile, don't go back down to the quarter. The push-ups, could I do 55? I probably could, but I'm staying at 50, so I didn't go back to 40, just reset at 50. And that's pretty challenging. Like I can do it, but it is a little bit of a challenge. And then what else? Oh, fasting. So I'm gonna stay at 14 hours for the fasting as well. But I am incorporating my yoga. I am incorporating my stretches and a couple other things, doing some squats and then some dips. So my routine this month is kind of like where I left off. versus where I should be if I never had a break. But I've taken off quite a bit of time, taken off about 6 weeks with traveling, not all at once, but at different times, a week here, a week there. It just was about 3 weeks. So weight wise, this morning I weighed in at 234.6. So that's still down from where I started at the beginning of the year. But with this routine, I feel like the weight will come off pretty quick because it's a super solid routine, as long as the most important thing is I don't eat super late and I don't overeat when I eat dinner. So those are the takeaways. Hydrate, make sure I start my fast by 7 p.m. and that my last meal isn't super heavy. Get my sleep and get my clothes ready for work the night before, so that frees up a little bit of time in the morning, so I'm not rushing, stressing myself out. But ultimately, use what I have, make the most of it, including my FMLA. This morning, I was able to complete my routine because I have my FMLA, and it's about mental health, and it's just super important to me to regulate my mental health by doing these things in the morning and get my day started off right. So I went in an hour and a half late. It doesn't have any negative impact on my day. So really, I feel like this month, and even though I'm 2 weeks in, like even this last 2 weeks of the month, I feel like I will probably make up a lot of ground. And definitely by the end of May, I will be right back where I would be if I never took any time off. So that's the takeaways at this point. As well as I'm doing more of making more recordings and then posting, but just keeping it private because this is for me. I have been listening to myself and it has helped me a lot. Listening to the early episodes about what I should be doing is actually really the foundation for me getting back on track, because I'm literally spelling it out for myself. And so now to kind of see it coming full circle, how this could benefit other people, because it's benefiting me. So if I just listen to my own advice, then I'll do great. So with that being said, these are gonna be for me to listen to and kind of keep myself on track and really be more of a diary than anything else. And then I will kind of take my major takeaways from whatever I learned, and then I'll try to share that kind of in a weekly episode to be a little bit more organized and put out a better product for the public. But this is all of the research, this is all of the info, this is where all the data will come from, proof of concept that, doing these things will create a positive outcome. So with that being said, that's what I got for today. I got a bunch of ideas, and I'm gonna start recording every night instead of just every morning.